Stoic Albums presents, when a Sigma female gets mad, the whole world thinks she'll explode like everyone else. But no, her anger is silent, sharp, calculated, and absolutely terrifying. This isn't loud rage. This is the storm that doesn't make noise, but destroys everything in its path. Today, we're breaking down what really happens when a Sigma female gets mad. And trust me, it's nothing like you expect. Point number 1. Her silence is her first warning. When a Sigma female gets mad, she doesn't react the way most people expect. She doesn't yell, she doesn't argue, and she doesn't create drama. Her first reaction is silence. But this silence is not a sign of weakness. It is actually her strongest warning. A Sigma female becomes quiet because she is thinking very deeply. She wants to understand the situation clearly before she responds. She doesn't like wasting time on pointless fights or emotional outbursts. Instead, she steps back and watches. She listens. She studies everything that is happening around her. This silence shows that she is trying to process her emotions in her own way. Many people make the mistake of thinking that her silence means she doesn't care. But the truth is, this is the moment when she cares the most. She is deciding what your place in her life will be from now on. She is deciding whether you deserve her time, her trust, or her attention. During this silent phase, a Sigma female becomes more alert. She notices every detail, your tone, your attitude, and even the things you don't say. She is calm on the outside, but inside, she is carefully choosing her next move. And once she decides, she rarely changes her mind. If she stops talking to you completely, it usually means something important has shifted. She might be protecting her energy. She might be distancing herself. Or she might be preparing to walk away quietly. So when a Sigma female goes silent, do not take it lightly. Her silence is not empty. It is full of meaning, full of decisions, and full of power. It is her first and strongest sign that something is wrong, and that you may be running out of chances. Point number 2. Her eyes become sharp and she sees everything clearly. When a Sigma female gets mad, one of the first things that changes is her eyes. They become sharper, colder, and more focused. It's like she switches into a different mode. A mode where nothing can escape her attention. Her intuition becomes stronger, and she starts seeing the truth behind every action and every word. A Sigma female may stay silent, but her eyes tell you everything. She watches closely. She studies your behavior. She sees your excuses, your attitude, and the real intentions you may be trying to hide. Even things you thought she never noticed suddenly become clear to her. This is because when she is angry, her mind becomes extremely alert. She remembers details that others forget. She picks up on patterns that most people overlook. If someone is lying, she senses it immediately. If someone is trying to manipulate her, she feels it before a single word is spoken. Her anger doesn't make her blind. It makes her wiser. During this time, she becomes very honest with herself. She stops giving people the benefit of the doubt. She stops overlooking red flags. Instead, she faces the truth directly, even if it hurts. This clarity helps her decide who deserves to stay in her life and who does not. People often underestimate the Sigma female because she doesn't show her emotions loudly. But her silence and sharp gaze are more powerful than any outburst. When she is mad, she becomes almost impossible to deceive. She can see through fake apologies, empty promises, and sweet words that mean nothing. So when a Sigma female's eyes change, it means she has entered a state of pure truth. And once she sees the truth, she never forgets it, and she never looks at you the same way again. Point number 3. She detaches emotionally before she walks away. When a Sigma female gets mad, she doesn't explode. She doesn't break down. Instead, she slowly detaches emotionally, and this is one of the most powerful things about her. She does not show anger through shouting or crying. She shows it through distance. At first, she may become quieter than usual. She won't argue or defend herself, because she knows it's pointless. Instead, she starts pulling her emotions back. This is not done out of fear or weakness. It is her way of taking control. She refuses to let anyone play with her feelings. During this emotional detachment, she becomes more logical. She thinks clearly about what happened, how she feels, and what she wants to do next. She stops reacting emotionally and starts responding with reason. This is why she often makes smart, final decisions that surprise people. What makes this stage so painful for others is that she disconnects without warning. One day she may care deeply, and the next day she may seem completely uninterested. She doesn't fake her feelings. If she's done, she's truly done. Her emotional attachment fades because she sees that the connection is no longer healthy for her. People realize something is wrong when she stops giving explanations, stops trying to fix things, and stops putting effort into the relationship. At this point, she is still physically present, but emotionally, she is gone. Once a Sigma female reaches this stage, it is almost impossible to get her back, because she has already started preparing to move on. She doesn't beg for love. She doesn't chase answers. She doesn't force anything. She simply disconnects from the chaos and protects her peace. And when a Sigma female detaches emotionally, it's the beginning of the end, and she rarely returns. Point number 4. Her absence becomes the real consequence. When a Sigma female gets mad, she doesn't try to hurt you. She doesn't plan revenge. She doesn't waste energy creating drama. Instead, she gives you something far more powerful, her absence. And this absence is what truly changes everything. A Sigma female knows her presence is valuable. Her loyalty, her support, her calmness, and her understanding are rare qualities. Most people only realize this after she is gone. When she disappears, even silently, the impact is deep. The conversations feel different. The energy feels different. The entire environment feels empty. What makes her absence so powerful is that she leaves quietly. No shouting, no warnings, no loud goodbye. She simply removes herself from the situation that hurt her. This silence creates confusion for others, but it gives her peace. While others break down or try to get attention, a Sigma female does the opposite. She walks away to heal, to recharge, and to rebuild herself. She knows that staying in a harmful situation only damages her spirit, so she chooses to step out and let time reveal the truth. People often return, realizing they lost someone they will never find again. They feel the difference immediately, the stability she brought, the comfort she gave, the honesty she lived with. But by the time they understand this, it is usually too late. Her absence becomes a lesson, a reminder, a warning. A Sigma female doesn't punish you with anger. She punishes you with distance. And once she leaves, she rarely looks back. She has already accepted that the chapter is over. She doesn't need closure, explanations, or apologies. She simply moves on with grace, leaving others to realize the value of what they lost. Point number 5. She transforms her anger into growth and power. When a Sigma female gets mad, she doesn't stay angry forever. In fact, she does something that most people cannot even imagine. She uses her anger as fuel to grow stronger. Instead of breaking down, she builds herself up. Instead of turning bitter, she becomes better. A Sigma female understands that anger is a powerful emotion. It can destroy you if you hold on to it, or it can transform you if you use it correctly. She chooses the second path. She takes all the pain, disappointment, and frustration and turns them into motivation. She uses them to sharpen her mind, her goals, and her boundaries. During this transformation, she asks herself important questions. What did this teach me? How can I protect myself better? What changes do I need to make in my life? She learns from every betrayal, every lie, and every disrespect. And with each lesson, she becomes more confident, more independent, and more emotionally intelligent. This is why Sigma females keep rising no matter what happens to them. Their anger doesn't break them, it upgrades them. They become stronger than before, more focused than before, and more aware than before. Every bad experience becomes a stepping stone toward a better version of themselves. People who hurt her often expect her to fall apart. But instead, she surprises them by becoming even more powerful. She improves her habits, improves her mindset, and improves her life. She shines brighter after every storm, So when a Sigma female gets mad, it is not the end of her. It is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where she is stronger, smarter, calmer, and unstoppable. Her anger becomes her evolution, and that is what makes her truly extraordinary. When a Sigma female gets mad, the world doesn't see chaos. The world sees evolution. She doesn't raise her voice. She raises her value. This is why a Sigma female is feared, misunderstood, and respected all at once. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Albums for more videos on the psychology of Sigma energy.